Now in Islam, there's certain things they're halal for you, and there's certain things they're haram for you. As the hadith states, إِنَّ الْحَلَالَ بَيِّنٌ وَالْحَرَامُ بَيِّنٌ. The things which are halal, they are apparent, they are clear. Things which are haram, forbidden, they are clear. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam or the Islamic Sharia, the Islamic law tells us to do something, there's levels of commands, the emphasis. It might be very, very important for you to carry out, or it's optional. There's different degrees. So today's short lesson, inshallah, we're going to go through certain very important words that you need to be aware of. Istalahat al-Shari'i is called. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, or when Sharia tells us to do something, that is called command. The commandments. Okay? And when it prohibits us to carry out a certain action, we say prohibition. Now the first command, degree, level of command, which you all know, for example, namaz is what? Farz. Okay? It's farz. So, farz in Urdu, Gujarati, fard, Dad in Arabic. Now what is the opposite of fard? उसके मुकाबले में क्या आता है? Opposite of fard. For example, to pray namaz is fard. Not to pray namaz is what? It's haram. To miss namaz is? I get confused. To miss namaz is haram. To pray namaz is fard. So the opposite of fard is haram. Yes? So an example of fard, for example, I said praying salah, giving zakah, fasting for Ramadan, respecting your parents, respecting the masjid, respecting the Quran, respecting the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, part of aqidah is fard. Yes? So to disrespect the Quran is what? Haram. Sometimes may lead to kufr. Yes? So certain things are fard, and certain things are haram. These are the highest level of commands and prohibitions. And then one level down is which is necessary. It's not compulsory, it's necessary. Which is what? Known as wajib. Excellent. Okay, so by the way, these are opposites. I'll be testing on the end, so remember these words. इसको याद रखिए आप. फर्ज के नीचे क्या आता है? वाजिब. For example, which namaz is wajib? Witr wajib. What things are wajib in namaz? For example, to be the whole Surah Al-Fatiha. For example, in the first rakat or second rakat is wajib. To add 3 small verses, 1 small surah is wajib. To read Tahiyyat is wajib, etc. So there's a whole list of wajibat. Those things are wajib. Okay? And what is the opposite of wajib? If you miss a wajib, your namaz becomes makruh, tahrim. Makruh, tahrim. فهي the word haram in it, tahrim. Yes. And remember one thing. If something is found in Sharia, for example namaz, if someone does not pray namaz, he's committing a major sin. Yes? So even to miss one namaz, deliberately, intentionally, or even unintentionally, it is haram. Yes? And you become sinful. And point number 2 about fard, if someone says namaz farz nahi hai, it's not farz. I don't believe namaz is farz. What does it mean now? If someone denies that Allah has made it fard upon believers to pray 5 times namaz, or to fast a month of Ramadan, or to give zakat, okay, they become kafir. Okay? So for example, at the time when the Prophet ﷺ left this mundane world temporal world, he left the companions, there were certain Muslims who said, the Prophet ﷺ left us, we're not going to give zakat, we don't believe zakat is farad anymore. As Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala waged a war. Even though they were praying namaz, they were reading Quran, they were denying one of the fundamental teachings, faraid, of Islam, zakat. So Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala said, I'm going to wage a war against them. Okay? So because they became disbelievers, they came out of the folds of Islam. Yes? And haram again, for example, drinking, na'udhu billah, alcohol is haram. So if someone drinks it once, he is an open sinner. Okay, he's committing kabira, major sin. Whoever denies it, I don't believe, brother, okay, I don't believe alcohol, all the sharab is haram, I don't believe it's haram. Gambling is haram, I don't believe it. It's humans, it's allowed. So what is the ruling now? He becomes out of the folds of Islam, becomes a kafir, is kufr. Okay? To deny fard is kufr. To deny something which is haram, completely haram, that is also kufr. So if someone says, I don't believe in salah, it's not fard, kafir. If someone says, I don't believe alcohol is haram, kafir, kufr. Okay? Less than that is wajib. Whoever misses wajib once, okay, is once, sometimes we miss witr, and mistakenly miss a wajib. Okay, it's gunah sagira, it's a minor sin. But if you make a habit twice, 3 times, 4 times, now it becomes haram. Okay, so a major sin. You're committing a major sin. The opposite of wajib is makruh tahrim. Yes? So in namaz, for example, Surah Al-Fatiha ye kya hai, wajib hai. It is wajib. अगर किसी ने सूरह फातिहा नहीं पढ़ी तो नमाज मक़बूल तहरीमी हो गई. Okay, do you understand? So if to read Surah Al-Fatiha is wajib. But if you were to miss Surah Al-Fatiha, your namaz becomes maqbul tahrimi. And if it's by mistake, you do sajda sahwi, like we did yesterday in namaz. Okay? So if you miss a wajib, you do a sajda sahwi because namaz maqbul tahrimi. Okay. Now below wajib comes Sunnat-e-Mu'akkada. Sunnat Mu'akkad, emphasize Sunnah. This is a Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, which the Prophet rarely missed. Okay? Which he used to do every single day, continuously goes, except for a few times he missed it for a reason. Yeah? If he had not missed it, it would have become wajib. Okay? And because he missed it once or twice or 3 times in his life, okay, the ruling became less, became sunnat-e-mu'akkada. And now the opposite of sunnat-e-mu'akkada is a word which we rarely use. It's called isa'at. Sorry. That's it. Okay, for example, the 4 rakats of Dhuhr, the 2 rakats of Maghrib, sunnats, the 2 rakats sunnat of Isha, the 2 rakats of sunnat of Fajr, which some ulama said the 2 rakats of Fajr is close to wajib. Okay, that's why even if the Imam is leading the prayer, you just pray the 2 sunnahs unjoined. The rest of the sunnahs, if the Imam has started the Jama'ah, you don't need to stop. You join the Jama'ah and pray after. Okay, because the emphasis of 2 sunnahs of Fajr is so much as close to wajib in that area. Okay. So to miss sunnah again, to make a habit of missing sunnah mu'akkada is a major sin. You become sinful. Yes? So for example, the sunnahs of Jum'ah, how many brothers, they leave khutbah ho gaya, jamaat ho gaya, chalo, namaz ho gaya, Jum'ah, and sunnah mu'akkada, it's a sunnah, you have to pray it. Okay, but they'll spend 10-15 minutes, talking outside instead of praying the sunnahs. Yeah. So because of lack of knowledge, if you make a habit of missing sunnah mu'akkada, you become sinful. Okay, you're liable of the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hellfire. Okay. And the opposite is isad. Okay, which is isad, which means a sin, an act of sin, an act of vice. What comes below sunnah mu'akkada? आप मुझे बताएं. सुन्नत मुअक्कदा फिर सुन्नत गैर मुअक्कदा. तलफ्फुज़ समाअत फरमाएं मुअक्कदा. सुन्नत मुअक्कदा नहीं, मुअक्कदा. हम लोग कहते हैं, हम अपने लोग मुअक्कदा. मुअक्कदा कहाँ से आया? Okay, मुअक्कदा, मुअक्कदा. सुन्नत मुअक्कदा. Okay, मुअक्कद ताकीद से आया है, यानी emphasize. Okay, and then below sunnah mu'akkada we have sunnah ghayr, which is not. So, not emphasized. Ghayr is not. Sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. Okay. Give me an example of sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. 4 sunnahs of Asr or Aisha. Okay. Now, sunnah ghayr mu'akkada, if you pray it, okay, you get a lot of reward. If you don't pray, you don't get a sin. Okay, there is no sin at all. So if someone comes to the masjid, okay, half an hour before adhan, adhan happened, he did not pray the 4 sunnahs ghayr mu'akkada, he will not become sinful. Yes, his deprived from the mercy of Allah that he did not follow the sunnah, the way of the sunnahs. Okay, wearing imamah, for example, is sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. If you wear it, subhanallah. If you don't wear it, no sin. Okay, eating with 3 fingers is sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. If you do it, subhanallah. If you don't do it, no sin. Okay, so these are extra, all these sunnahs, doing miswak, for example, wearing imamah, sleeping on your right hand side, entering the masjid with your right. All the sunnahs we learn, they all fall under this category. Sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. Sitting down to eat and drink, sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. Okay? Etc. etc. These are actually other sunnahs we learn, these fall under this category. Sunnah ghayr mu'akkada. They're not emphasized, i.e., the Prophet ﷺ loved these things, but occasionally, here this rarely, he will miss it. He will miss them. Without or with a reason. Even without reason, the Prophet ﷺ didn't do it. Now the hukam now becomes less. So you see how important seerah is, the life of the Prophet ﷺ. Because if there is a certain act which the Prophet never missed in his life, the hukam becomes intense. To such becomes wajib or even fard by the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And opposite of sunnah ghayr mu'akkada is makruh tanzih, mashallah. Masalan, नमाज में रुकू में सुब्हान रब्बिल अज़ीम 3 मरतबा पढ़ना ये सुन्नत है. ओके, अगर वे ना पढ़े, चुप रहे, नमाज हो जाएगी, it's fine. There will be reduce of reward. सवाब में कमी होगी. There will be reduce of reward. But कोई गुनाह नहीं, there's no sin. Yes, namaz will become makruh tanzih. However, ulama say if something in namaz because of, and all this, the reason why you need to know all these things is in the kitab later, I will tell you these things are makruh tahrimi, these things are makruh tanzih, these things are wajib, these things are sunnah. So you need to know the importance and the result of listening these things. So if namaz becomes makruh tanzih, it's better to repeat it. However, if namaz becomes makruh tahrimi, it's wajib for you to repeat it. Now what comes after Sunnah Ghayr Mu'akkada? Nafal Mustahab. Mustahab, which the Prophet ﷺ may have given the fazila, virtue of an act, which he used to miss a lot. Okay? Or the Sahaba used to be after the Prophet, or the ulama did it. Okay, after the Prophet ﷺ. That's mustahab, or we call it nafil as well. We can call it nawafil, nafil, extra. Okay? So, apni qawm, when it comes for nafil, shabi barat. Okay? Okay, they'll miss the fard, they'll miss the wajib, they won't pay sunnah muqaddas, all the way at the bottom they'll come. The whole masjid is full. Yes or no? Okay? And if you look all that, they miss all that, they come rather to the bottom. Okay, it's devilish thought. Okay? If they think praying nafil, they'll give them more benefit than praying fard. They won't pay fard, but think, oh, I'm going to pay 2 rakats nafil, that will lengthen my life. They'll give barakah in my wealth, give barakah in my health. Okay? What are these things? Okay? You know, the amount of reward, you find the rewards for nafil. जो 2 रकात नफल पढ़ेगा उसको ये सवाब मिलेगा, ये सवाब मिलेगा, ये लिखा हुआ है. In fard, you will not get the reward. It's not written because the reward is so great, people cannot put in words. That's why there's no hadith that if you pay fajr, you get this reward. Yeah. For sunnahs, you might get the sawab. For nafil, you get the sawab written. But fard, it's the reward so much. You cannot describe it. You only understand the rewards in Yawm al-Qiyamah. The greatness of fard. Okay. And the opposite of nafal, so nafal mustahab. Okay, the 2 nafal of Dhuhr, the 2 nafal of Maghrib, the 2 nafal of Isha, and the 2 at the end. Okay, Salatul Tahajjud. Or the Salat al-Awwabin, okay, Tahiyatul Masjid, every time in the Masjid, Tahiyatul Wudu, after Wudu, all these are nawafil. Okay, Ishraq, Trash, or Salat al-Duha, okay, Ishraq's prayer. These are all nafal prayers. So if you pray, subhanallah. If you don't pray, no problem. Okay? Now please, do not point fingers at people who don't pray this sunnah al-mu'akkada, Ghayr mu'akkada or nafal. Okay, they're not sinful. Why are you pointing fingers at the person who misses nafal when Sharia says it's allowed to miss them? If you pray subhanallah by praying nafal, if you do all this and you concentrate on nafal after all this, you start becoming close to Allah, so you start becoming a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? And then, the opposite of mustahab nafal is khilaf awla. Khilaf awla, that which is against what is good, what is best. Okay? So, again, if your namaz absolutely is fine, okay, there are certain things which are mustahabbat in prayers as we are learning later on, okay, if you miss them, your namaz will be absolutely fine. Yes? There's no harm. So this is, and then there's something, okay, using a blue pen, tell me which one does it come under? Using a red pen, which one? Using a phone, using a desk. Okay, which one does it come under? It comes under one word which comes in the middle. Mubah. Mubah means jaiz, permissible. Okay? To use a blue pen is mubah. To use a mobile phone is mubah. Unless your intention is wrong. Niyat ka bhi e'tabar kiya jayega. Okay? Sometimes you do something mubah, but you get the thawab of doing something good. Sometimes when you do something mubah, but because of intention, it might become haram. Okay? Okay, to use a knife to cut food is what? Is mubah. If you use this knife to kill someone, na'udhu billah, it's wrong. It's wrong, isn't it? Yeah? It's haram. And to use a knife to cut, to do qurbani, it becomes necessary, a sharp object. So you create not to harm the animal. So the mubah, everything in this dunya is mubah. Then if now with the Quran and Hadith makes it emphasize, now it goes up. For example, yes, if someone comes to you, okay, brother, okay, where's the evidence of Quran and Hadith using black pen is permissible for you? What are you going to say? You just say everything, Allah has made everything jais, unless Sharia tells these things are haram. Okay? If Sharia tells you these things are haram, you abstain. Other than that, everything is mubah, permissible. Yes? For example, eating pakoras at iftari time. Is there a hadith? Koi hadith hai? कि समोसे खाने ये हराम है या मकरूह है या सुन्नत है या हराम है या okay, no, it's permissible. Yeah, you start stuffing your stomach to such an extent in Tarawih, you can't even pray properly. Now it becomes makruh tahrim, or sometimes if you know certain is going to harm you, your body becomes haram to eat that much. Okay? But to eat so much, there's only third in the stomach, it becomes sunnah. But to eat anything is allowed, unless Sharia tells you it's haram. So Sharia told you, okay, to eat haram things is haram, to eat pork is haram, to eat stolen goods is haram, to drink alcohol is haram, to drink someone else's property without his permission is haram, etc., etc. Okay, other than that is mubah, is permissible. So no one should come to you and say, brother, where is the evidence from Quran and Hadith that this thing is halal or haram? You just say everything is mubah unless Sharia says it's not permissible. Other than that, it's permissible. Yes? So for example, Milad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, let's say for example, Milad, people say, brother, okay, where is the evidence Milad is permissible? You say, brother, everything is permissible. You tell me where's the Quran Hadith that is one of these two, one of these things. I said, no. Other than that, it's fine. Yes, in Milad now, if someone starts, disco dancing, what's that now? It's haram, isn't it? Because the Sharia already told us dancing is impermissible. Yes, etc., etc. No, people won't do that, but I'm just giving an example. Yeah? What things happen, mazarat al-awliya, okay, the things the Hindus do, and then Muslims take that, and the things part of deen is haram. Prostrating to at the mazar is haram, because the Sharia has told us to do that. Yes? So everything is mubah unless the Sharia says no zone area. Okay? No entry. Other than that, it's mubah. And then these mubah things, if the Quran has mentioned emphasis on it, it will move up till it becomes fard. So these things you need to remember. Okay? So I'm going to test you. It's okay. Okay, fill in the gaps. Okay, what's the opposite of makruh tahrimi? What comes here? Wajib. MashaAllah, you get 1 point. Subhanallah. What is the opposite of sunnah mu'akkada? Isa'at. 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 MashaAllah, very good. Okay. What's option of tanzihi? Sunnat al mu'akkada. I'm going to put S-G-M. Okay. What comes? What's opposite of mustahab and nafal? Khilafi awla. Very good. Khilafi awla. Okay. Okay. And what comes here in between? Mubah. Excellent. So please remember these things, inshallah. These things, inshallah, we'll be covering in the next few days and in the coming days, as we're going to be learning the rulings of Salah, inshallah. Any questions about this? Ji?
Can you clarify to pray the first rakat is in congregation? Is it first?
It's wajib. It's wajib. Because a lot of emphasis on the sunnah, the Prophet ﷺ used to emphasize, and there's explicit mentioning the hadith that if you miss Jama'at, you get this sin, etc., etc., and therefore becomes wajib. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وآله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. جزا الله عنا سيدنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأهله. بسم الله على ديني، بسم الله على نفسي وأهلي ومالي، بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وآله وصحبه وبارك وسلم بفضل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله.